Hello my fellow freedom builders and welcome back to the channel. As you might remember if you have been following my channel for a while, every month, about in the middle of the month, I am having this video about my little US swing trading test portfolio. It has been running for 5 months by now and we are up an astounding 200% in these 5 months. Now, if you haven't been following me before, then this is a test portfolio, meaning that it is not with real money I'm in this. Also meaning that I am not counting in any trading costs. Also, I'm not counting in any dividends, if there should be any. So it is just kind of a test as to see if my normal strategies on the long-term portfolio could be scaled down into a shorter-term portfolio with primarily looking at the daily charts. Also, looking at this, let's just have a look here. It is primarily small cap stocks I'm using, and you should remember that since I started this, and this is a complete coincidence, but I started this in the middle of September 2020. And since that point here, let's just find it somewhere here. That was pretty much at the bottom here of a little correction here in the market. And since then, the small cap market has gone up just around 50% without any larger corrections or retracements in the price. So we have been investing, or I have been testing into a market that has pretty much just gone straight up. That is an important thing because my strategy here is a trend following strategy which works best in trending markets. So at some point where we see a big drawdown in the market, a big retracement, maybe a crash or a sideways market, this strategy might actually have some severe drawdowns. So we'll have a look at that, and that is also, as I have mentioned several times, one of the reasons why I'm not investing in this strategy with real money, because a good test has to show the validity of the strategy over different market scenarios. And right now I have only seen extreme bull markets, and not just a bull market, but many of these money that has been pouring into the market has been in small cap, micro cap stocks, pretty much just running after everything that goes up. So we have seen that with the GameStop stocks, we have seen that with the cannabis stocks here lately. So just be aware of that. So don't get lured into the illusion of thinking that you could make 200% every 5 months, because that is of course not possible. If it was, I would be more wealthy than Warren Buffett himself. Alright, but let's get down to the details. Now, as you know, I have this strategy here running some stocks, and all of the grayed out stocks here are the ones that I have had and now have sold. You can see some of them in a profit here with 24 and 56%, some of them in some small losses. That is the essence of my strategy. It is a trend following strategy, meaning that you need to cut your losses quickly and then just let the winners run. So you can see I have an 11% here. I think there is one, 23% and 15%. Some of them are a bit larger here. But anyway, you can see that we are taking the losses quickly. Also, it is not normal for strategy to have so few losers here. That is simply because we have been in a market in an absolute tear in a bull direction. So just remember that there will be some more losers when we see some sort of crash in the market. But also, we are letting our winners run 53% here. I'll show you in the charts in a second. But as you can see, 136%, 160%. Then we have the micro strategy here, 503%. And then I have been selling out a bit lately. So I have been buying some new ones in. I think actually these last 7 stocks or something like that have been bought in since my last video, so I'll show you them today. But basically, as we can see here, we have 2 columns. We have one with leverage and one without leverage, and as you can see, the one with leverage has been making 200%, 200.74%, and the one without leverage has been doing around 100%, which is very satisfying because this one, the 100%, is actually the one we should compare to the overall market, and as you recall, that was around 50% up in the same time frame. So I've been doing twice as good as the market in the strategy without any leverage, and then with leverage doing around 200%. This chart looks very good, but I have been very busy lately, so as you can see, I have not had time to update this every single day. It has only been updated once per week. So here before it was a lot more detailed updates. This is only once per week, so there could easily be more drawdowns within the weeks. All right, let's have a look at the stocks. I know many of you are interested in seeing which stocks I have bought up in this test portfolio. So let's just have a look at the stocks that are in there by now. And as you can see, this is my daily chart, this is the weekly chart, and Avanos Medical been in a great uptrend, having a bit of a sideways movement here, but nothing that really broke the trend, and then we are moving upwards here. This indicator down here is the indicator that we have made, my indicator programmers have made, I should say, for my Danish subscription service, and that is simply a green, red and yellow indicator showing, as you remember if you have been watching my videos here, when it is green, the RSI on a weekly chart should be above the 50 line, and the CRS, the comparative relative strength, should be above its 2 moving averages. That is the exact same method that I normally use, and that has just been transformed into colors here, green, yellow and red. I'm not really using these colors when I'm using my swing trading strategy, but it is nice to see that the swing trades I'm taking are also in the green zone. They don't necessarily have to be. Avanos Medical still in a great uptrend. I am keeping this one for sure. In mode, going up nicely, and as you can see, some of the stocks are having times where they're going sideways, but then they accelerate, and many of you might think, how do I find these stocks? But I have made videos about that. It is in the playlist. I think the playlist is called Learn My Strategy or something like that. There is something about screening for swing trading stocks in there. We have the tech target that just keeps going up, and as you can see here, where I entered the trade, that is at the red arrow here. Some of you have asked if I ever add to a trade, and I don't do that in this test, but I have been testing it, and it makes some very good trades, or at least it does in this very extreme bull market. But then again, it is easy to add to a trending stock when everything goes up. If we all of a sudden see a crash in the market and we have added to these stocks, we might see a larger drawdown than normal. So that is important. So I don't add to trades, I don't pyramid into trades in this test. We have the Alpha Tech still in a very good uptrend, Donnelley Financial Solutions in an uptrend, Aspen Aerogels, City Trends. As you can see, it is an amazing trending market. We have the Sykes Enterprises here, Kulicke and Sophie, I think it is pronounced here. And we have Intellia Therapeutics. We have the MicroStrategy, and this is the essence of trend following. Remember that my losses were at 5 or 10 or 15%, and a single at a 23%, I think it was, before I hit my stop loss. This MicroStrategy has been doing more than 500% by now, and it was way longer up here. And 500% is enough to pay for, I don't know, somewhere between 25 and 50 of my normal losses. So of course it will go down further before I get my exit signal, but I will definitely get out at 300 or 400% if it drops by now, and that will be pretty much enough to pay for every single loser for a couple of years in this strategy, and that is just from this single stock. So that is the essence here. We have Tronox Holdings going straight up. Modine Manufacturing here. I bought this here, and it is, I think, is in a small loss maybe, or just around, 6% up here. It has been going pretty much sideways, and well, as you know, some of them are taking a bit of time before they really take off. Should it end up in a loss, I'll just take the loss and move the money on to the next stock. Shoe Carnival here, very good stock we went into here, and it has been retracing. I think there's some upwards potential in that one now again. We have the TransAlta, There's a ribbon communication. These are, of course, are some of the new ones since last time. The ribbon communication here gave a nice buy signal here at around 8 and has just been shooting straight up. Many of the stocks either just have had their earnings or they will have their earnings shortly. So that, of course, is also affecting the results here. Then we have the national energy. Okay, I went into that around here at the around 1080, 1090 here. Been going straight up since that. And then we have the Blue Cora, I think it is. And it has not been moving up so violently yet, but there is definitely some potential. Cresco Labs in the cannabis sector here. I could have easily gotten into that earlier. It has given several buy signals, but when I had to sell some of my other stocks, I went into the Cresco Labs here. And let's see if it will continue on. There has been a lot about the Wall Street bets on Reddit that they are going for the cannabis stocks right now. Cresco Labs have been doing great, but it's not one of these that have done 500 or 1000%. So there might be some potential in there. If it turns around, we just sell it. Dorian LPG. Actually, tomorrow I'll make another video just about some good candidates that I think you can get into here shortly, and the Dorian LPG is actually one of them. That is a stock that is very good on a fundamental basis, but also on a technical chart, it is showing some very good strength. I went into it here the other day, and it is a little profit, 1.8% right now. So I think there should still be room for you to get in here. But tomorrow, before the US market open, I will publish another video just about, I think 4 or 5 new candidates of these small mid-cap stocks that I think looks very, very nice right now. I have done that for a couple of weeks, and pretty much all the stocks are actually up, along with the rest of the market. So look forward to tomorrow. There will be some new potential to the moon candidates there. Was this the last one? Yes, we have been all the way down here around the stocks. And if you want to, some of you have asked me if I could just add the Excel spreadsheet. But pause the video and you can see all the videos here marked in white without the graying out. That is the stocks I am in right now. So you should be able to some sort of copy this. Some of you asked me if I would recommend you to just copy everything I have in the portfolio right now. First of all, I never recommend that you do anything. I am not at all authorized to recommend or advise or anything. This is just my test portfolio. And what I hope you get out of this is some inspiration as to how to run your own portfolio. Some of you might be more aggressive than I am. Some of you might be more conservative. So this is only for inspirational purpose. And as I say, I'm not in these stocks right now. I'm not buying these. So if you should go in and buy for $1 million in each of them, pumping the stocks up, I'm not making a single cent of it. So I have no financial interest in you buying or selling any of these stocks, just to make that completely clear for everyone. All right, that was the 20 stocks I'm in right now, and I'll give you an update on the portfolio, of course, in a month or so, and tomorrow I'll give you some ideas as to which stocks you could enter now that I'm in these. Then it might be the last one here, Dorian, that will be on my list tomorrow, but I have some other interesting candidates for you as well. I'll talk to you shortly, and take care of yourself and your money out there. Bye for now.